Yo, what's good? I just woke up. I need to shower and shave, but I threw on the tube or whatever. I came across this.
Nipsey Hussle, dead, murdered. Now, the man accused of the murder.
He is about to smile, people.
In Los Angeles, Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter has more for us tonight.
He's about to smile.
March 31st.
So, Holder was actually attacked by a rival gang member that was a part of a Mexican gang or Hispanic gang. They said it was 3 people at first. Then they said he was cut in the back of the head. But I feel like once they changed the story to he was attacked by one person, and I guess he hit his head on the floor or something, you realize that the police, America, the whole justice system is failed once again. Because as I stated in one of my videos, Eric Holder's life was taken from him by Nipsey initially before this murder. I say that because Nipsey put Eric Holder in, a stand and in a point in his life, that time in March, or whenever, or was it April, whenever he was murdered, whenever Nipsey was murdered, he put Eric in a position to where now he's scared and he can have multiple people looking at him in a terrible way. Now, if Eric don't go back to the Marathon store and, he's not associated with his old gang, the likeliness of him being safe is high. It's higher. So once Nipsey put him in a position which he couldn't handle, accusing him of accusations of paperwork, not having the paper documents physically, you now put this man in a bad position. And, like I said, Nipsey, you know what you're doing. In America, you failed us once more because you're not even calling him Nipsey, that is, by his government name. And you're not acknowledging that he's in a gang just like Eric Holder. Just because he made America dollars with a fan base that is outside of America. Okay? You automatically put him on a pedestal and you automatically grant him an advantage, whether he's deceased or alive, in court over Eric. So what I'm not understanding is, why isn't this a justifiable homicide? Because 7 out of 10 people that join gangs didn't want to join one. You understand that? So you have this millionaire that could put $100,000 of a bounty on somebody that's a regular Joe, could put $100,000 and won't miss any money. You got this celebrity targeting this regular person. It's disgusting. And like I said, the word degree, the advantages, you guys aren't paying attention to what's really going on. They're calling him Nipsey Hussle in court. They're not calling him by his first name. They're calling him Nipsey. So now you put Eric Holder in jail because Nipsey Hussle started this situation. He started everything. He started this whole shit. Had you not cared about Eric, then you don't say nothing. If you did care about Eric, you pull him to the side and let him know the rumors and let him know that there's something going around saying that he snitched. Eric was a 29-year-old man entering his 30s with only one conviction in the court of law. You're asking for the death penalty? You're asking for 30 plus years? And he only got convicted in 2012? He was signed in Nipsey Hussle's label initially, back when he was a kid. He was known to being a shooter for Nipsey. Like I said, really pay attention, America. You failed us. You are scumbags. Now this man has staples. So first he had stitches. Now he has staples at the hands of another person in jail. He did not enter jail with a scar on the back of his head. The most Eric Holder had was a fungus. As you can see, he has a fungus on the right side of his head. This shit was blue. He had a blue, I don't know if it was medication or whatever. Sorry, I'm burping. He had a fungus on his head when he initially went in. And you know, I don't know if his people from Belize. I don't know if he's Native American. I just know he has a different color to his skin, like how I do. I know everybody's looking at my video right now and be like, yeah, I'm literally red like I told you I was. You understand that? It's called being Aberranian, all right? So, once you seen that Eric, listen to the connection I'm about to make. When Eric was on the run, he was caught in the daytime. However, you can tell he started sunbathing and he started turning like sun-kissed color. And you can see that that fungus on his head, on the right side of his head. You see, this is my right side. I got a laceration via celebrity. And you can see that Eric's fungus started healing. Like, it literally started going away because the vitamin D from the sun started healing it. However, when they incarcerated him and he started getting pale and stuff like that, you see it came back. That shows you something. So why am I talking about, his fungus and stuff like that? Nipsey Hussle is African. Right? You understand where this is going now? So it's this light skin, dark skin thing that goes amongst black people. And now you have the colorism in it. And you have people with different colors. Like you have the green, olive green. You have the sun-kissed orange. Then you have the Native American red. Which I'm showing you right now. I'm literally showing you. As you can see, I don't have dark eyebrows. But when I'm lighter, you can see that my eyebrows are in. I grew this hair out so you can see the color of my hair. I don't have brown hair. I have black hair. You see? You see the color of this is where my color is. And then once I turn lighter, this goes and it becomes this color. Or if I turn really, really dark, it comes back as being black. My eyebrows. But these are the things. This is the shit that I'm talking about. You have Nipsey, who is African, right? And what these people do is they come from other countries and they target people that's a different color. And you're fitting in with the white man. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. Eric Holder was safer in real society. He was safer in the same territory he killed Nipsey in than he is in jail. Because like I said, he was attacked He wasn't murdered. He wasn't attacked with a weapon. He was punched. This kid now went to jail and got a whole laceration in the back of his head. He has 3 staples. Now listen, they're covering the story up because they don't want to look wrong. All it takes is for another country to come and sanction America. Because when you get stitches is for a smaller part of a bad cut or a laceration. It's the stitch, a small laceration or a small scar that you're gonna have. When it's staples, it's wide. When you have to get stapled out, that shit means it's a big ass badass cut. For instance, if you seen Chucky and you was following up on the whole situations of Chucky, like all the movies, sequels, prequels, threequels, even The Seed and The Bride, you see that Chucky had, when he was getting resurrected and he was getting recreated by Tiffany Tilly, that she used a staple machine to staple him up. She didn't stitch him up. He had staples, because the last Chucky that he had, when he was destroyed by the little, what's his name, Tyler, the black kid, and Andy was older, you see that they was in the amusement park and Chucky lost his face in the amusement park. So she tried stitches and the stitches wasn't helping, so she started stapling them. You feel me? So if somebody gets staples, that's worse than stitches. So he has staples in the back of his head. And for everybody that heard Eric Holder talk, he sounds just like Nipsey Hussle. Yes, he sounds just like Nipsey Hussle. He doesn't even sound the way he look. Like, you could look at somebody and say, and like kind of predict how that person is gonna sound. He sounds nothing like what he looks, and he sounds just like Nipsey Hussle. That shit is scary. I don't know whether, he took Nipsey's life and then, maybe that's a part of the curse. Because once you hear yourself talk, you remind yourself of the person. I don't know. I know, like, when was it? Last year or a year and a half ago, the teenager that killed the other teenager in the Bronx and set him on fire because he was dating his sister. You can see in the murderer's eyes after he died and he set him on fire. The murderer, when the police got him, the tall Hispanic kid with the long curly hair, the big Hispanic kid, but he was still a teenager. He killed his sister's boyfriend. They zoomed in on his face and you can actually see the victim in that person. Like, you can tell that the person that died, like, his soul was stored into the killer's face. Like, you could actually see it. It was crazy. He set him on fire and everything. So I've never heard Eric talk. Even though I heard about Eric before killing Nipsey, because he was a known Rolling 60s gang member. And, like I said, my cousin's gang, which was the folks at the time, crossed with that specific gang, the 60s gang, a long time ago. And the Crips on this side, they wear gray. If you a real Rolling 60, that's why I said Quando Rondo and Lil Tim is fake. Like, they faked it like they are actually blood, and I know for a fact. That's something I knew also, because I knew that manager, and my cousin's manager, King Von's manager, I forgot his name. He got like a number as a name, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot his name. I met him in Virginia. That's what you feel to realize. Like, I met him in Virginia. Like, this is why this shit is that personal. Like, he looked me in my face and dapped me up and everything. Like, I don't know if the people from the South was like, yo, he's a Barksdale, and they pointed me out, because when he seen me, he spoke to me. And if I ever see him again, this is before Vaughn was put on, I am going to address him like he seen me. Like, so you could get on camera, like, even before, after this situation, you could deny me, bro. But I'm coming at you, dead ass, because it looks like you got my little cousin killed, because I know you're from Atlanta. You feel what I'm saying? And I know you got a family down there. And I know that y'all Jamaican and Haitian and stuff like that. Like, I know it. And y'all know my little cousin was Native American. You see what I'm saying? So y'all single us out and y'all point us out and y'all target us or whatever. But you got all these dark skinned cats going for the light skinned girl. You see what I'm saying? So my point is Nipsey put himself in that position. You literally caught the boy a snitch. You didn't have no paperwork on him to verify the snitching. And you know he's a mental health patient. He's walking around shirt off with the bandana on his neck with a gun in his front pocket. And you know he's a mental health patient that gets shock therapy. He doesn't just, this is why he didn't premeditate it. He gets shock therapy. Meaning he has to go through it, bro. Like, his paranoia is beyond anything. If somebody has mental health issues, it's because their brain makes their heart scared. Your heart is the strongest muscle. So now you're panicking and you can't handle your thoughts, right? This is why it's called mental health. And then you'll bug out once your heart starts speeding up, and then you get like paranoid. It's called the sixth sense. Paranoia, if you look and you watch the movie The Sixth Sense, you understand that the little boy in The Sixth Sense, he's actually dead already. And that's what Bruce Willis, if that's the name of the actor, realizes. It's like he's a ghost. You understand? You realize where you're at. That's what The Sixth Sense is about. The Sixth Sense is about paranoia. If you hear Drake rapping about the six, and you listen to how his music is functioning to like his religion, then you realize what I'm saying is right. Because the 60s Crips, the knowledge, especially on my side, and the pitchfork of folk goes hand in hand with Shiva. And I keep breaking down in 6-point star to you. Your right leg is Shiva, your left leg is Parvati Uma. And the pitchfork was handed to Shiva on a 6-pointed star. Arm, leg, arm, head, right? But then you have your body. So you have to understand that's a law of God sense, God conscious. So now what happens is the left side is Vishnu, the body is his consort Shri. But look where the heart is stationed. The heart is stationed at Vishnu, the left side. So if your heart is beating quickly and you're paranoid, right? You're paranoid. And your brain is making you more paranoid. That's called mental health. Eric Holder is in a position to control his paranoia is that he has to get shot. Are you understanding that? So you're a millionaire and you don't have nothing else better to do but to talk about somebody else's paperwork that shouldn't have nothing to do with you. You can go fly to another country and never have to see Eric again. You never have to check on your estate again. You could hire, and you had, and Nipsey, that's what I'm talking about. Nipsey had a meeting with police to try to bring Bloods and Crips together the day before he was killed. Y'all not feeling me right now. He had an actual meeting with police, LAPD. And the Bloods and the Crips was going to come march in a marathon to come together. But you're on Eric Holder the day before that about paperwork. Who cares about paperwork? You're about to put an end to the beef with police. So why are you talking about paperwork? But America, you're sitting up here not saying that it's a justifiable homicide. You're trying to say if it's manslaughter or premeditated murder. What does it matter, America? This is why you need to burn to the ground. The whole entire country. Y'all all need to die. I'm dead ass serious. Everybody in power. The biggest problem in America is police. I was molested by a celebrity, and when my aunt, God rest her soul, went to tell his cousins, the police officers, yes, Max Kellerman's cousins, when she told them, they came to our door with their guns out, threatening to kill us. Police. So what do your job matters? It matters nothing. Nothing. Because Nipsey, you're caught red-handed, whether you're dead or alive. You had a fucking meeting with the police, You had a meeting with the police the next day. And you pull somebody up about paperwork. If you're trying to put an end to the beef with Bloods and Crips, then what does this paperwork matter? It happened in 2012. Hello? Are you kidding me? So now in America, you put this dude in jail and now he has a scar. All it takes is for a girl to be like, ew, I don't want to mess with him. He has a scar. What are you proving? When you're in jail, they call you an inmate. Why do the people that sleep with the same sex, why do they get the leverage? Especially in jail. Why are you called the inmate? What the hell is an outmate? Your opposite mate is somebody that you have a baby with. What are you proving? What are you proving? Where's the justice? Where's the justice? Where's the justification? Where is it? How is this man not about to walk? Why is he about to just sit in jail for 10 years and not sit in jail for 30? That's the whole discrepancy on the trial. What's the sense of having a trial now? You're going to put him in jail, he's going to get killed? When before Nipsey called him a snitch, he dapped Nipsey up, he dapped Cowboy up? What's your point, America? This is why I did what I did. This is why I told another country on y'all. If I had it my way, all of y'all would be out of here, would be out of my country. Or y'all can have y'all apartment buildings, you can have your electricity, you can have your houses. I feel like I can still be outside and live better outside in the TP in my old natives ways. Let me explain that more. Being cooped up in a house, surrounded by electricity, only hurts the human body. Understand that. Understand living the way we live now, not living outside, only makes us sicker. Dust mites only make us sicker. Being still, not getting a regular exercise, right? From the constant build of society and civilization and cropping, it only hurts us. You see how strong the human body is. We didn't have none of this. The heater, it hurts us. Right? The light switches, the lights, the lamps, it hurts us. Electricity, extension cords, going through electricities. It hurts us. It takes away from us. So America, you arrest him, and then this is what they do in jail. They make mistakes on purpose, because when you get in trouble, you just go to jail. So there's nobody to sanction their mistakes. What are you going to do to a correctional officer that spends 8 to 16 hours in regular society? That lives in regular society. He spends 8 to 16 hours working in jail. What are you going to do? Do you know how miserable they are? A correctional officer, the average correctional officer is in jail. You just not in jail for an extra 8 to 16 hours. When you go home and you're single, you're not getting no buns from a girl. And if you don't have a family, then you just don't have a family. And if you do, and shorty be like, well, you spent too much time in jail and she don't give you no buns, The only thing you have over an inmate is money. So for that 8 hours or them days that you're off, you can go enjoy your money. If you're not getting that money, you're not really going to care if you're eating. If you have food or whatever. I know the quality of food depends and it matters. It does. It does, honestly and truthfully. Especially if you're a person that likes to eat. But if you're in survival mode and you're in a jail, you're just going to throw your food back and not care. You're just going to try to sleep. You're going to get addicted to the same noodles, putting cheese in your noodles, putting pickles in your noodles, putting beef and cheese in your noodles, and spreads and mayonnaise in your noodles. That's the only thing you're going to get used to, and you're going to experiment with that. And then they serve you food 3 times a day. You bet the cake. You know, they give you cake and they give you cornbread and shit like that. Like, that's what you're going to bet. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to bet a piece of cake for a honey bun in a spades game, as opposed to eating McDonald's or shrimp and lobster or something, you know, something dope, or steak and shrimp. Like, you see what I'm saying? Applebee's and all that other good stuff. Like, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. But America, what's good? What are you going to do now? Because they already know the street justice. You got people not testifying. Only person that testified was Cowboy. And then he messed up his testimony. He went back and he used different words, which is crucial or whatever. But what are you proving, America? You're just going to get this man killed. He already has a scar now. He didn't walk into jail with a scar. And quite frankly, he didn't deserve that shit. He didn't deserve it. Honestly and truthfully. And Nipsey, you see the man with a gun in his front pocket and you're going to pull his card. You knew exactly what you were doing. Exactly what you're doing.
2019, at about 3 in the afternoon, there was an explosion of violence at the intersection of Slauson and Crenshaw.
On this day, the acclaimed rapper Nipsey Hussle was shot and killed. Now the trial is underway for the man charged in the crime, Eric Holder. And 2 different arguments in this case have unfolded.
Do you feel me on Eric Holder right now? As you just seen, did you see how skinny he was on the streets? You see how dehydrated he was on the streets? Now he's in captivity. He's incarcerated. He done gained about 75 pounds, and that made people mad.
State says Holder's actions were premeditated.
The evidence in this case will clearly show, leaving absolutely no doubt that Mr. Holder killed Ernie Castellon and injured Kerry Latham.
Now, Kerry Latham, him right here, he was a felon. He's not supposed to be around Nipsey. Felons are not supposed to be around each other. So now you're saying, oh, well, Nipsey was killed and you got him as this martyr. And you're saying Eric is this blazing gunman, right? But you're forgetting that this dude right here is not supposed to be around Nipsey. He's a felon. He just got out of jail. He did 37 years. He did a whole bunch of jail time, and he's not even supposed to be there. And he got shot in the back. And he's a felon too. Mr. Villanueva is a felon too. So he says 9 minutes. 9 minutes is opportunity, and that's what makes it premeditated. Hello, if somebody calls me a snitch, right, and I'm not going anywhere, right, listen to how it's not premeditated. And this is what these people do. These people make me sick. They make all this money and they contradict themselves in and out of every court case. They determine and they favor whoever they want to favor. The span of time that went from Nipsey saying what he said to Eric killing him was 9 minutes. So hello, things pick up degree. Things pick up energy. Somebody call you a snitch, right? All it takes is for time to set in and be like, yo, is he a snitch? Yo, call so-and-so to see if Eric is a snitch. Yo, Eric might be a snitch. That can happen within seconds or minutes. So what the hell is premeditation? This is how you know these white people and these black people that work into these courts, y'all are full of shit. Full of it. What the hell is premeditation? All it takes is for somebody to state something and then it picks up degree. It gains energy. Excuse me. It was only 9 minutes. It's not like he left and 2 weeks later he came back and blew Nipsey's head off. No, it wasn't like that. And then as you can see, when Eric was shooting, he was about 10 feet away from him. So he had 2 guns shooting from afar because he don't know if he was being hit or not, Nipsey. But you talk about the police and Jalen Walker just got shot 60 times.
And I made that point because we in charge not just murder, but premeditation.
And deliberate murder. But how? How? Because if he says something, if Nipsey says something and they gain momentum, right? You made the situation worse. So it's not premeditated. It's the heat of passion. You made it worse. As I can recall, fire and heat can only get hotter as time goes on, bro. Are you kidding me? It wasn't a day or 2 or 3 days or a weekend or nothing like that, or a week or a month, and he came back and he smoked them. It was 9 fucking minutes. Are you kidding me?
The defense says this was a crime of passion.
Look at Eric, bro.
This case relates to snitching.
As you can see, right? Let me teach you something right now. Look at everybody's eyes, right? Now look at Eric's eyes. You can't even see Eric's eyes. It's like he has a black shadow on his eyes. And the reason why I say that is because in the Bible, in the Quran, in the Torah, the prophet Moses was known to be a killer. Moses walked into the town, he walked into a city, and he struck a guard, and he killed the guard instantly. And when they gave a descriptive physical description of Moses, they described Moses as being a large man with a blanket over his eyes. As you can see everybody's eyes from afar as I'm focusing in and out, but you cannot see Eric's eyes. Eric has a black sheet over his eyes. Okay? This is God talking. This is the world talking through me in justifying his actions. Let me show you something. If you think I'm BSing you. Watch. There's no blanket over nobody's eyes because nobody has taken anybody's life or nobody lived that warlord life has Eric lived it. This is what you get. This is how you survive, right? This is when you're a street dude and you put in work and you gain respect from fighting, or if you gain respect from handling your business, you gain one of these shadows. Look at Eric right here. Look at Eric right here, people. Look, this is before the attack. As they focused in on him. And remember, I showed you plenty of videos on how color and how there's something white in the earth and there's something dark in the earth. And it's related to, you know, an angel taking your life or a demon taking your life. Now watch this. Look at his eyes from afar. Look at everybody else's eyes. You can see him, but you can't see. Look, he looks like a Grim Reaper. He looks like a demon. He looks like something from afar, right? That's actually not it. He's not a demon. He's not a Grim Reaper. That's how Moses was. Moses was just like this. You remember how they depicted Jesus? Fire like eyes, wool like hair, copper like skin, right? And then they explain how Moses looked. He was a large man with a blanket over his eyes. There goes the blanket for Eric. Right there. You see it. This is how you know it's real. The earth saved Eric. It wasn't no man. You seen Apocalypto. You see Jaguar Paul get away from the sacrifice, right? He ran away. It's the earth. When I was younger and I learned about God, I thought it was the earth. And it still is the earth. Now, how fair is this? You got 9 women and 3 men that's about to charge him. That's about to judge him.
Just before Nipsey was killed. Her testimony is flush with details that could help steer the jurors to a verdict that indicates whether this was premeditated or, in fact, a crime of passion.
This is ridiculous.
On March 31st, 2019.
Ridiculous. Just because the man Nipsey Hussle got some money, just because he was a voice, just because people, grasped to him or whatever, y'all still ignoring the fact that he was a gang member?
Snitch was used. A previous witness named Cowboy said the conversation was about Holder being involved in some paperwork and that no one used the word snitch, though Nicholson says she did hear that word. And in her view, Holder approached Nipsey, but Nipsey tried to brush him off. She says Holder's reaction was to respond loud, but not in an aggressive way. Nicholson says Holder returned to the car and asked her to drive around the block. When she did, that's when she saw him put bullets into an automatic gun and told him, quote, "You ain't gonna shoot nothing by my car." In response, Nicholson says Holder put away the gun. But not long after, she ended up in the alleyway next to the complex. That's when she says Holder got out and told her to wait as he headed back in the direction of the plaza. Nicholson said she then heard 2 gunshots. When he returned to the car, Nicholson says Holder told her to drive. She says when she asked what happened, he said, "You talk too much. I'm going to slap you." After all the evidence is in and closing arguments complete, it will be up to a jury to decide if this was premeditated murder or crime of passion.
That's ridiculous.
From the time you got in the car, walk all the way back to that strip mall, and walk up to those buildings and start shooting. Clearly, it's pretty conflict in meditation and operation. While he's charged with first-degree premeditated deliberate murder, in fact, it should be voluntary manslaughter.
Yeah, but if you went back to the car to load the gun and then went back again, that gives you enough time to
You see
meditate.
this?
Right there.
Do you see this? This is disgusting. He doesn't know nothing about being in the hood. And he's going to sit up here and judge him and say it with a smirk.
Well, let me tell you what happened today. Let's put it up on the screen. Statement from Aaron Jansen. Eric Holder was apparently attacked. Before he was brought to court yesterday morning, he was at a holding cell at MC Jail, and he was punched in the head in his cell, and that had 13 other people. He was punched in the head, cut with what he thought was a razor, and taken to the hospital. Holder did get an MRI and got 3 staples. And I guess he had stitches. He got 3 staples in the back of his head. His left eye and left side of his face is swollen, and the interior of his eye is really red. 2 people attacked him. Holder had his head down, was getting rest, and was waiting to be transported when he was sucker punched. All right, how does this happen, and will this impact the murder?
This is my point. People speaking to people. People talking to people, bruh. Stop saying hi to me. Don't talk to me no more. I'm dead ass serious. I don't care who you are. Don't talk to me. Don't say what's up. Everybody knows a person like me, I mind my business. I don't have no brothers and sisters I grew up with. So I could care less about anybody's attention. All right? I was just talking to a girl on the phone, and she said, I hate cats. Like, it's shit like that. Like, it's shit like that. Why do you want to talk to me? I just told you I have a cat. I have 2 cats. And you hate cats. It's shit like that. Like, go your fucking way. You don't even have to say you hate cat. Like, you don't have to say certain shit. Like, Nipsey did not have to say you have paperwork on you. He did. If you hated Eric Holder that much, just walk away, and whoever wants to kill him over that paperwork, let that shit go. Let it happen. You want it to be known. You want it to be seen. You want it to be heard. Like, come on. And now look who you're impressing. You're impressing the man that invented this shit. The man that invented this shit. You heard? Like, come on. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Voluntary manslaughter or premeditated murder. And then this guy going to say, well, if you went to the car and loaded up the gun, it's premeditated. So you mean to tell me you have it on film that he went and approached this nigga Nipsey with a gun in his front pocket? This is my point. You're right. He could have shot him right there with the gun. However, he needed more bullets because Nipsey said it in front of 7, 8, damn near 10 people. So the gun only got 16 bullets. He needed 2 guns because Nipsey done set him up, and he needed 2 guns in both hands because you never know. He know Nipsey not going to shoot him, but the other cats that he set it in front of on purpose might shoot him. Come on, man. So however you look at this situation, Eric Holder is justified, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Them rappers, everybody that's running their mouth, y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all know what y'all doing when y'all do shit like that. Like, you don't need to say nothing to nobody about anything. You don't need to be a gangster at all. You're talking tough. And I'm dead serious. And I'm being dead ass serious about this. If a rapper, a person, period, if a rapper come up to me and put me in a position like that, I'm putting him under. I don't care. I'm putting him in the ground. I don't care.